Hello. Today we're going to look at how to divide a whole number by a unit fraction. My biggest recommendation when looking at these types of problems, actually, I have two big recommendations. The first is to put these problems into context. When you look at a word problem, it actually helps you understand what's happening here. My second recommendation is to draw a picture. So we are going to do both of those things together. We're going to have two word problems we're going to look at, and then you will have the opportunity to practice on your own. So your first problem is Cadence is handing out ice cream cones. There are 5 cups of ice creams in the jug, and each cone uses 1/2 of a cup of ice cream. So how many ice cream cones can she make? Okay, first we need to figure out what is this problem really asking us to do. We know Cadence has 5 cups of ice cream. She's passing out these ice cream cones, and each cone has 1/2 a cup of ice cream in it. So what I'm trying to figure out is how many times 1/2 fits inside of 5, or how many 1/2 cups of ice cream are in that 5 cup container. Really, I'm trying to figure out how many ice cream cones she can pass out. So since Cadence is taking these 5 cups and then dividing them out into these ice cream cones, then the expression would be 5 divided by 1/2. So again, my biggest recommendation would be to draw a picture. So we have a 1/2 cup of ice cream here for this first cone, and then we have another 1/2 cup. So here we've used 1 cup of the 5 available cups. And then we have another ice cream cone, which was another 1/2 cup, and then another. So now we've used 2 cups of ice cream. And then here we would have used 3 cups of ice cream, 4 cups of ice cream, and 5 cups of ice cream. And you can see here we've circled the 1/2 to show our cups of ice cream. So if we've used all 5 cups, we can count now the number of cones that we've used. And we have 10 ice cream cones. So we have 5 divided by 1/2 would equal 10. Or a way of thinking about this is we have 10 1/2 cups in 5 cups of ice cream. One way that I really like to think about this expression here is how many times does 1/2 fit inside of 5? So 1/2 fits into 5 10 times. Let's take a look at another problem. Zaid is making cookies. He has 2 cups of sugar, and each batch requires 1/3 cup of sugar. So how many batches can he make? So again, the first thing we need to do is figure out what do I know, and what is this really asking me to do? I know that Zaid has 2 cups of sugar, and I know he needs 1/3 for each, or third cup of sugar for each batch. I'm trying to figure out how many batches he can make, or how many third cups are in that 2 cups of sugar. So since he's taking those 2 cups of sugar and separating them out or dividing them into 1/3 cup sizes, the expression would be 2 divided by 1/3. And remember, I did just say that a good way of thinking about this is how many times does 1/3 fit inside of 2? So let's draw a picture. Here's the first batch of cookies, and that used 1/3 cup of sugar. So now I can make another batch of cookies, and now I've used 2/3. Another batch of cookies, and now I've used 3/3 cups of sugar, or that would be 1 whole cup. So then I can make another batch, and another batch. So now we have our 2 cups of sugar used, and we can count the number of batches that Zaid was able to make, and he made 6 batches of cookies. So that would mean that 2 divided by 1/3 is equal to 6. Or another way of thinking about this, again, is 1/3 fits into 2 holes 6 times. So now you have the opportunity to practice some word problems similar to this on your own, or I highly, highly recommend that you draw pictures to help make sense of the problem. Goodbye.